Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. I wanted to hop on here really quick and just share some things that I'm learning about stepping back into, ambition and pursuit and things like that. Um, I am learning that God gives grace for every season. He gives grace for what you need in every moment and every season. And it may not be the same thing in every season. So why did I say that? This morning, I was up super early, won't say what time, but I was up super early and I was working on some things in real estate. And like I've been in the season of transition, transitioning from a healing and self-development and, rest season into like building and pursuit and, that type of season. And one thing that's been hard is that while I was in, healing and resting season, I kind of built life constructs around that. I built routines around it. I built, even like principles and things around it. And now that it's time to step into, building and getting my ambition back and things like that, it has been hard because there's a part of me that feels like, oh my gosh, this is wrong, this is bad. Because during the rest season, it felt like, maybe before when I was going, that was wrong or bad. And what I'm digesting now is that ambition and building and hard work and things like that are not innately bad. And they are not in opposition to rest and healing and, etc. The difference is God's grace, essentially. When I was in my rest season, I was graced to rest. I was graced to rest without worrying. I was graced to rest on a both soul level and a physical level. And I was graced to just be present in that moment. And now that it's time to build, I am seeing where I am being graced to go forward and have the stamina I did not have at all in my rest and healing season. And so I'm just having to kind of shift my mind around that and recognize that, like, hey, it's actually not, hustle itself is not bad. And I feel like, well, let me say hard work is not bad. And I feel like what makes hustle something that's, negative is, or bad, not good for you, is when you are trying to blow past what your body and the actual fuel you have is telling you. When you are trying to bypass that, and override that, that is when it gets unhealthy. But when you have a natural, I won't say a natural, maybe like even a supernatural grace to go forward and work hard, in a given season, to focus in and lock in on something and work on it for hours, or, to wake up early and or stay up late and or, whatever it may be, of course, still taking care of your body and your health, but like in certain seasons, you will have kind of a supernatural grace to get things done that let me speak for myself, that I definitely didn't have in the healing and rest season. And so I'm just trying to adjust my mind around that. And what I'm seeing as a pattern overall is that God gives you grace for what you need in a given season, like literally. And resting in the fact that if you don't have grace for it, then it may not be that season. Or it may be, that you're in a transition into a new season. Because even in moving into this, it has been a process. Like I didn't just go from like rest and healing season to like building season. It has been a dipping my toe in the water, then maybe a foot, then stepping in deeper, then, that type of thing. And I'm just seeing where for a minute I kind of wrestled with myself, like, oh my God, no, this is bad. This goes against everything that I feel like I learned in the healing and rest season, but that's not it. What was going on in that season is that I was being relieved of many weights so that I could go forward unhindered and not weighed down. And, that, what's that scripture, throw off every weight that would slow you down, or whatever it is. Basically that's what was happening in the healing and rest season, so that I could show up and do the things that I'm able to do now. And so, yeah, like there's been a wrestle within myself of like, oh my God, is this bad? But no, it's just a new season and time for something different. And sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you come out of a hustle season, you know, a hard working season, a building season, you know, a lock in season, and it's time to rest. And you're like, oh my God, I am lazy. Oh my God, something's wrong. Oh my God, I am crashing. And that's not what's happening. It is the opposite side, where now you're being walked into the grace of rest, or the grace of stillness, or whatever it may be. It could be with anything. But yeah, like I knew this in theory, but I'm applying it here to this actual situation, because that's what's happening in real time, is that God will give you the grace to be in the season that you're in. And also, when it comes to hustling, that when God gives you that grace, at least for me, let me not speak for everybody else. For me, you know, I've spoken in previous videos where I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm about to, like, when I feel that temptation to override my body, and I start asking myself like, oh, do I need caffeine or things like that, I know that I am pushing past my limits. But I'm in real time seeing the difference when God gives grace for what I need, because I don't need an additional anything, you know, other than healthy eating, some good, you know, good nutritious fueling foods to go forward and do the things that are necessary. Maybe even some what do you call it? I'll just say focus. That's not the word I was trying to think of. Definitely, you know, my willingness to focus. But other than that, like, God definitely gives grace for what you need in the moment. So that's all I really wanted to get on here and share as a reflection for me. Like, before I wrote this in my journal last night, or my phone notes last night, you know, before God gave me the grace to rest. And now in this season, he is giving me the grace to work. And hey, God gives the grace that we need in every season, in every moment. And you can really trust that and lean into that. And if you are being naturally fueled in a certain direction, trust it. You know, trust that God is leading you and will sustain you there, whether it be in rest, whether it be in hard work and building, whether it be somewhere in between, whatever it may be, you know. So yeah, I hope that you have a healthy and wholesome rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon, God willing.